Welcome back to Two and a Highchair for Smoking. So I'm out of high school. My promotion to line cook has been terminated, and I'm back washing dishes in the restaurant in the mall full time now. At least I had a job. Being jobless and out of high school would have been worse. After work, I usually had a tall glass of Coke and a cigarette in the staff room. The mall was closed and not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. That wasn't always the case, however, so we called in some experts. A couple of exterminators came by periodically to leave cyanide-based rodenticidal traps that kept the problem to a minimum. They sometimes took a break and chatted with me after I finished cleaning up. Now, the mall was not a particularly crime-ridden place, unless you counted the exploitation of its minimum wage workforce. Yeah, the stores had to keep an eye out for shoplifters, but that went with the territory. Yes, on rare occasions, a turf war broke out between two subspecies of mall rat in the food court, but that was the exception rather than the rule. The mall was a place of peace. And the responsibility for keeping that peace was held by the security guards. One of them I called Todd. I had a dog called Todd once. He was friendly and loyal. A good dog. Not the brightest, but he loved going for walks. Eventually he got old, and we had him put down. Todd, the security guard, was young and seemed to enjoy his job. He had short hair and a goatee that he must have spent a lot of time trimming. A well-groomed guy. You could always see him talking to girls in the food court, sporting a goofy grin. Todd looked like he spent a lot of time in the gym. He filled out the white, short-sleeved security guard shirt with pride. He wouldn't be in the mall forever. I didn't know what ambitions he had. Sometimes I wondered what ambitions I had. But he was fit enough to run far away from the place, and I wished him luck. Tubby, on the other hand, was not going to run anywhere, or after anyone, and I hoped that he never had to run after a shoplifter. He was not, unlike his nickname suggested, tubby, or even chubby. He was fat. He was really fat. He ate in the food court every day. Unlike Todd, who usually bagged his own lunch, Tubby patronized the fast food places in the food court, and his lunches kept them in business during slow periods. He didn't always eat alone, however. He sometimes dined with Doug. And a man like Doug requires an explanation. There was something clearly wrong with that man. He had likely been released from a psychiatric facility when the government decided that money would be better spent somewhere else than caring for its most vulnerable citizens. Doug was old, but it was hard to tell just how old. He had a grizzled look and some missing teeth. He would saunter into the food court and sit down to have a conversation with thin air. Leaning back with his arms resting on either side of the table's backrest, he would nod, giggle, laugh, gesticulate, and sometimes get quite annoyed at his invisible friend. He wore a tan trench coat regardless of the weather, beneath which was a faded t-shirt with the words, "Elvis's #1 fan," in large block letters. He was as much a character in this drama as any of the others that passed through the mall during those years, and I noticed him from time to time. Where did he live? How did he survive? No one seemed to know. The mall gave him shelter, a sense of safety, and even companionship. Doug was known to the security guards and the staff of some of the stores. Always the unexpected visitor. Never unwelcome. Just sometimes unexpected. All right, we'll pick that up next time.